Hey YouTube, how's it going? Here to share another video with you. Now if you're a huge comic book fan and geek like I am, you must be excited for this year because there's going to be a ton of good comic book movies coming out, from X-Men to Captain America to Green Lantern. Just a whole bunch of crazy movies that are going to come out, and I'm excited to see them. And there's one that's coming out very soon, which is Thor, the mighty Thor from Marvel Comics. And I thought this would be a great opportunity to make a craft based on this great comic book superhero. Now, I actually got this off one of my friend's kids just to show it in my video. It's a foam hammer that they have for the mighty Thor, this little teeny weeny thing here. And this costs about $13 here in Canada. I'm not sure how much it is in the US, but $13 plus tax here. This is pretty sad. So instead, what I propose is to make our own hammer of Thor. And this thing will cost you less than $2 to make, with just some cardboard, a dowel, and a little bit of time and spray paint. So the Homemade Game Guru is going to show you how to make the hammer of Thor. Now what you're looking at here is a piece of Bristol board that I've made into graph squares in 1 inch by 1 inch. I've mentioned this in many of my other videos that to make a craft it takes some time, but take a piece of regular Bristol board, make a graph sheet out of it with 1 inch squares, and it makes measurements easy. So I hope you could see this. I apologize if it's too dark, but you could see I have the side, the top, the side, and the bottom of the hammer, and of course the front and the back sides, and where it folds over so it could fold on an angle. The measurements, you could do whatever measurements you want. I made my measurements where it's 5.5 inches across by 4.5 vertical for each side, and then for the top it's 3 inches vertical. So, but you could pretty much make your hammer any size that you want it to be. Just graph it out. Make sure you do your measurements. I have my little calculator here, and of course to make the bottom where the handle or dowel is going to go, I simply just use the dowel, the bottom, and just traced it out. And I'm going to cut this out. Now you can make a paper hammer if you want to. Just cut the Bristol board out, fold it, glue it, and it's done. Or you could use this diagram to trace it onto wood, onto Bristol board, whichever material you want to use to make your hammer, and then we'll glue it onto the dowel piece. But I'm going to use cardboard because you guys know me. I like using cardboard for my crafts. But again, don't limit yourself to any material. You could use whatever you want to use to make your final hammer. So just give me an idea of the graph. I'm going to cut this out, trace it out, and put the actual hammer together. In the meantime, I'll show you the dowel. Now, what we have here is the dowel. If you saw my video on the double-bladed bow that I made, I bought a dowel for like $1, and this one is 1.25 inches, and I still had some left over, so I cut a piece off. I can't even tell you how long this is. I actually based it off the spool that's in the middle of paper towel. I based it off that, so I made it that length. And of course I could hold it by 2 hands, so cut it whatever length you feel is best. I gave it a tan spray paint on it to give it the look close to Thor's hammer. And what I'm doing here is using the same kind of graphed Bristol board that I made before to make the main hammer. I cut off a piece. What I'm doing is I'm making the designs. So these are, you can see it repetitively going down. I'm cutting out with my X-Acto knife. And what this is going to do is I'm going to put it over the dowel and then spray paint it on. So I'm going to wrap it around the dowel and then use black spray paint to spray it on, and then I'll have my design for the handle. So before I trace it out, I just want to show you guys what it looks like when it's all cut out and scored. And then let me just see if I could put this together quickly just to show you what it would look like. So here's just the basic body without me actually gluing it together. But you can see it's nicely angled, and it has like the creases. And as I said, you could put this together just as paper if you want to, but I'd rather have it a little bit more sturdy with the handle, so I'm going to trace this onto onto cardboard, cut it out, glue it together, and we'll put it with the dowel as the handle. So after spray painting the designs onto the dowel, which is going to be the handle, this is what it looks like, and I gave it a nice sheen spray just to make it more glossy. So that's the handle, and here's a cardboard cutout of the original design that I made with my Bristol board graph paper, and I just glued it into shape. These are my clamps to hold it down, and once this is glued into shape, I'm going to spray paint it silver, glue the handle onto the bottom, and our Thor hammer is done. As I'm spraying this down, I should also indicate that I had to add on this little circular part at the top here that I noticed with Thor's hammer. There's a little circular section on the top, so I just cut out a little circle out of the cardboard and just glued it onto the top here. And then, as you can see, I'm spraying it down with the silver spray paint. So here we have it. Our hammer is completely done. Everything's glued together. The dowel's all painted up with the little funky designs. And what I did is, if you know with Thor's hammer, he has like a leather strap at the bottom. I don't have a leather strap, so I got a thick brownie elastic and just stapled it to the base. And pretty much they'll do the same job. They'll hold on to it, not a problem. You could spin it all you want. It's all good, it'll still stay. So here you go, all put together. And also you could also add the funky Gaelic calligraphy and symbols around it. That's also on Thor's hammer, but I didn't bother with that. I just wanted to get the basic design of the hammer done. But it's very sturdy, you could throw it around, just have a blast with this, and it's a very simple craft to do, incredibly simple. So hope you like this tutorial and you have your own hammer of Thor to play with. Go nuts, and you know, when I have more ideas, I'll share it with you guys. This is what I do. Subscribe, comment, let me know what you think. If you have any more ideas, also put it down there for me, and I'll consider it, and maybe I'll put a video for that as well. So I'm the Homie Game Guru. Thank you for watching. Battle on, comic book fans. Battle on.
Shh. Welcome to Creative Madness.